Alright, he's Meg here. Got another little project going on in my garage with the Sauron Light Bee. So I bought this Racespec Sauron skid plate a while ago, and then I have the ASI BSC 4000 controller on here. So I'd imagine this is probably gonna work for people that have the 8000 controller on there, because that thing is a freaking monster. Okay. This is the Synergy heatsink on here, all right, and this is designed for a BAC 8000, so I'd imagine the 8000 probably goes all the way to the end. And so one thing I noted when I was at the racetrack is that the motor runs a lot cooler when there's no skid plate under there, because obviously you're getting a lot of more airflow to the motor, okay, and like with the skid plate there, it's not getting as good at airflow, okay? Especially with the Racespec Sauron plate. This heatsink, it hangs pretty low, and it kind of blocks the scoop. So there's actually a little scoop on the Racespec Sauron skid plate. Now, I think they already made like a version 2 skid plate for the Racespec Sauron. Ultimate bash plate is what they call it, but So mine is like the version 1 or something. It's an older one, but look at it. It's still in great shape. I've beaten the crap out of it quite a bit, and it's still good. Tough stuff, right? Tough stuff made in Australia. And then my plan is I'm gonna get the die grinder here, okay, and I'm gonna grind a bigger. I'm gonna enlarge the opening for the scoop so we can get some more air in there, okay. So it'll be a better scoop, okay. And then hopefully that'll help a bit. I don't know, maybe grind a few, like half an inch to an inch off. All right, so I'll show you what it looks like after. But remember, it was pretty much, this was like almost blocking it all the way. So we'll take a look at how it is. So because I took it off at the racetrack. I said, hey, let's go grind it while it's out already. I've been meaning to do it. I've just been lazy to take the skid plate off. So we'll go do it now. All right, here's my guy. Okay, he's Mega here. Oh, it's been about, I don't know, maybe like an hour. So I have to actually grind it with a carbide bit. So, but here it is. That's what I've grinded off so far. I think that's good. I just looked at it, and really, unless you poked a bunch of holes under here, you know, it's not really going to make much of a difference. Okay, but the important thing is to make that enlarge the scoop so the heatsink doesn't block it. I mean, I wish I could just lop off the heatsink, but it would just look really ugly, you know. Yeah, and that heatsink works pretty good too. So, okay, so what I did is because it comes up at like a really steep angle like that. Okay, so I tried to grind the lip part as much as possible. Okay, so now where it was flat like this before, it's really pointy now. Okay, so hopefully that'll make a difference. As long as we can just get more air to the motor. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna go, let's put it back on the bike. There it is. It's not installed all the way. Only the back ones are holding it in. But the gap is much bigger now. But I think if I want to get some more cooling, so the good thing here, let me get a light. Okay, so the good thing here, all right, is, so yeah, the hole of the scoop is much bigger. There's some wires blocking the way there. Not very good, but we can't do anything about it. Those are the motor wires, so. Okay. I think so we can get some more airflow, I think what I'm gonna do is grind this a little bit, okay? We're gonna take this cowl off, and we're gonna grind up into it until it reaches these screws here, okay? So there's some screws here on the side. I'm gonna just lop off all of that. Okay, but you can see there's plenty of clearance underneath the heatsink. So it's not, the heatsink isn't the problem anymore. I think before it used to go up to like here. Yeah, pretty much up to here. Okay, where my finger is. That's how much I grind it off. Or, yeah, well, I don't know. There wasn't a very big opening before. Now there kind of is. But to get some more cooling, I think we're gonna open this up a bit, and then it'll suck more air in there. Okay, so you'll have this and then that to cool it down. But I think ultimately, I think in the end, whenever we go to the racetrack, it's take the skid plate out. Okay, if we don't need the skid plate, we'll take it out. Okay, it'll keep the motor much cooler, you know. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take this out and grind everything out from underneath where the screws are. Okay. All right, Ismig here. There we go. So this one was actually easier. I didn't do any grinding. I used the Dremel cutting wheel. Okay, and this is the piece that I cut off. Okay, so like I said, everything underneath those two screws I cut out. So that way we can get a little more airflow into there. Okay. Why not just take the whole cowl off, Hades Omega? Well, if I do, then you can see all these wires and stuff out here. I don't like it. I want it to look neater, you know. He keeps crap under there. Oh, still stuff gets in there though. See, there's like mud and stuff in there. Yeah, it's pretty dirty under there. Okay, so I'm gonna go put everything back on, and I think they're gonna call that a day, man. I could probably grind this a little bit more, but I think that's fine. Okay, now, like I said, when I really need maximum cooling, this is gonna come off. Okay. But it would be nice if I was riding off-road to get a little more airflow to the motor, okay? I don't want that motor to get too hot. And it does get hot. All right, let's go. All right, here's Mickey here. There it is. So definitely cutting that piece of plastic out helped a whole lot. Like, it's like there's a much bigger, I can stick my finger through the hole now, so that's good. I think that's perfect. And pretty much the heatsink blocks everything from that, so everything will hit this. And you know, the air will go under it. Okay, that's a good thing. All right, so there's still some kind of wires and stuff here, but that's the best we can do, man. So will dirt and debris and water and stuff get in there, Hades Omega? Yes, it could get in there. Okay, but the good thing is it'll just roll out through the back. Okay, just kind of just go straight through it. Okay, so that's the good thing about this skid plate's design. Okay, it goes in the front and it just goes straight out the back. I guess maybe if you could get enough mud in there, it might get packed up in there, but I doubt it. It should protect it pretty good against mud. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, and that's why we should have fenders. And I have there's really only 20% of the original Crud XL fender, so this bike, I have to get a new fender, man. It looks horrible without a fender, and I have to change this fork also. Okay, but yeah, man, the Lightbee has seen better days, but it's still fighting a good fight. That's for sure. All right, Hades Omega out. So there you go. That's what Hades Omega's goal today was, to enlarge the scoop here. Okay, and I can get like probably my middle finger in there. Okay, get my middle finger through the hole. So that'll work. All right, cool. So that's one of Hades Omega's little Lightbee project. Improve the cooling to the motor, and I think that works pretty good. The last time I took it to the track, I noted the motor got really hot. Okay, I think that's what's causing the thermal cutback. Okay, or it's pulling back power, is the motor's getting too hot. Okay, it was getting really hot when you speed up, when you discharge the battery a lot, and then you try to charge the battery, or we're working that motor hard. Okay, you're using the regen and the throttle and all that. So I noted the controller didn't get very hot. So actually this heatsink, it works really good. It works really good. I knew it wasn't that hot, but it wasn't that hot today. Period. That day I took it to I did overheat the battery though. So all right, there's nothing you can do about it. The batteries just get hotter and hotter and hotter, and then they can't wick off the heat fast enough. Okay, when you're on the racetrack. But never did it once stutter when I was at the track. So that's a good thing. It ran so good at the track. It's just at the end of the day, we had the motor and the battery started overheating and stuff. So yeah, you know, I'm trying to improve the cooling to the motor, so hopefully that'll help. All right, Racespec out.